made myself some cream of chicken on the camp stove. I did not eat anything yet, and I am ridiculously hungry. It's 3:19. Having a hard time adjusting to real life. Oh man. The IRL life. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I'm so tired. I just need to take care of it. Eat. And sleep. Eat. Rest. Yeah, I don't go to Seattle very often. That took a lot out of me to go down there. But I was really, it took a lot out of me, but I was also re-energized. I mean, being excited about streaming, being excited about collaborating to some level, even if it's unplanned and spontaneous, and even if it is planned. I don't know, it doesn't necessarily make it scripted. You never know it's going to go down. On the live. You just never know. I'm in an area where there's coyotes. It'd be badass if there were some coyotes. Sorry if I sound weird. I'm in kind of a bad headspace right now. Give Skully some soup. Am I on my way to LA? I wish I was. I saw, I could have driven down there. Followed the RVers, or, you know, got there ahead of them. No, I didn't apply for Fear Factor. I should have asked him how I could get a spot on Fear Factor. I just haven't been following close enough that I know there was a contest with like official rules and stuff. I really want to meet Ace Maximilian, who's going to Fear Factor. No, and it's a little late, I'm sure. But I kind of didn't want to be on WT if I got, yeah. I know, I'm in a bad headspace, man. I'm in a bad headspace. I'm not myself right now. I'm exhausted. Die in a fire, loser. Yeah. Was that? I feel like there's got to be some Reddit stuff. Oh, nice. He thinks I'm homeless. I'm not homeless. I just don't. I'd rather camp than stay in a hotel in Seattle. I'm from Bellingham and I have a flat. If you're from Europe or if you are from America, I have an apartment. But my apartment's gonna be. I'm gonna be done with my apartment pretty soon. And I don't know where I'm gonna go. Campless fucking bum. Flatless fucking bum. No, I have a flat, dude. I have a flat. I did my sleep stream in there last night to prove it. Sleep stream number 10. 10 toes down. Point them down, boys. Okay, if you're still here and you want to hear the whole story, as of right now, got in a little bit of a fight and didn't want to make food inside. I just felt like making the food on my own little stove was just easier all around and simpler. And I always get told, are you gonna clean up after yourself? Like, you know, obviously. Yeah, I just went on, man. I just went on. But, yeah, you're talking shit. If you can understand, I do have an apartment. I only have an apartment for a little bit longer. For a little bit over a month. And so I need to find a new place. I've got a vantion. I could stay in the vantion. I don't think that's not my first priority, though. I'd rather stay in here. This is, I can be a vagabond and travel the world. But that's more of a dream. That's more of a dream, you know. I gotta support the people that brought into this world and support them in, even if I can't support them in every way, I want to support them in as many ways as I possibly can and not be like, you know, a bad person in that. I'm out in, what up, dude? What up? CX. I think if I just adjust this tripod up a little bit higher, I can get both me and Skully. It's just so bright, I have a hard time seeing what's on the screen. I really appreciate you, Brusky. Thank you. I'm in a bad headspace. I was just telling people that. Kind of got in a little fight with my girlfriend and just trying to be like, you know, I'm really hungry. I need to make food. And I'm cranky. And yeah, it's hard work. Trying to reason with people that are upset with me, or partly upset with me because I took off for Seattle pretty unannounced, and then, you know, when I said what I was doing, nobody understands, even people that care about you. Hey, question for the chat: why is chat so triggered when I have food on my mouth? Or like when anybody has food, like wipe your damn mouth, like you just hear that right away, and I'm just like, my response almost is like, I'm not done eating. I'll get it when I'm done. Like, so I have a catch-22 of yeah, I almost like I like to eat on camera because it gets people talking or saying something, but that's not necessarily what I want to be talking about. Benny, did you see anything on, I only saw one Reddit post with Skully in there, and it said it was better than somebody's rats that they had. Somebody had pet rats, and they said, yeah, no, eating is content, because it's like a stream category, isn't it, on Twitch? I think before they had IRL, it was just, I think social eating might have been like the closest thing to IRL. Here's the peanut butter. I should have had Ice sign this. Well, he didn't. Tripod working. I saw somebody else had the same tripod. I think Sam Pepper might have had the same tripod. Or Danquan had the same tripod as me. Yeah, this is the same peanut butter that I brought to Ice. I thought that it was better, instead of having a new one, to have the one that I had that said GIF on it, just because that was kind of like iconic, and I had that in my thumbnail. It was good. Yeah, it was hard to tell what was going on. I think I should have read chat while I was in the RV, to the RV stream, and then I would have known exactly what was triggering chat, and other than TTS, because honestly, all I could hear was TTS going off, and they were like, get the dog out, and then there was this dude that was like vaping just everywhere, and everybody was leaving because they were like, dude, I don't want to be hotboxed in the RV with a vape. And then he asked if he could blow the hit on Skully, and I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. And then he like blew a slow little hit right on her face and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave the RV at that point. And pretty much everybody that was part of, you know, the actual RV trip, not snipers, went outside at that point, and so that was kind of where the content was. But my biggest disappointment with the RV stream is that because of their battery charging generator system and how much stuff they were running off the generator, they had to keep the RV running the whole time. So I always, like, partly, like, when I first found them, I always thought they were just about to leave at any moment, which kind of set me on edge. But the worst part was, all around the RV, it would smell like exhaust, and so everybody would mainly be hanging out right actually under the window, and there was an exhaust underneath. And so I petition that they do this again. Don't have people chilling in the back window, like talking to fans, and right underneath the exhaust, because they feel like they need to be there and they're going to miss out on something. Like, there was specifically a moment last night where Danquan and Brandon Hampton were kind of both hanging like out the back window and doing stuff. I was sticking my camera in there, and they were looking at a bunch of weed and stuff and putting stuff away, and it was I was kind of like slipping my camera up into the window and you know, getting a little closer than I needed to be, but I'm on Wi-Fi. I don't even know how I'm on Wi-Fi right now, but I am. But they were chilling and like passing people blunts and stuff out the window, but everybody was like just kind of hanging out right there by the exhaust. It was getting kind of cold, so I was like, I think next time they should have an exhaust that blows out like weed smoke or something funny like that. Like, I don't even know. But the exhausting was annoying, and I saw some people were like cold. Some people were cold, so they were like hanging out by the exhaust, like. And I don't think they like, you know, they were kind of like in the slipstream of warm air. But I was like, you know, it looks like you guys are kind of staying warm by that, but you're breathing in the exhaust. And like, I treated every stream sniper and every single person there as if they were another person on that RV trip. You know, I gave them the respect of, you are obviously a CX fan. And so to every single person, I would walk up to them, and they would kind of awkwardly be like, I'm awkward to even be here. And, you know, yesterday I ended up being at the RV for a good probably 3 to 5 hours, maybe even longer, before Ice came back, and Amethyst Vibes had already left, and so I was kind of bummed that I didn't get to meet her. But I'm definitely going to want to go back to that bike park I went to yesterday, and maybe I could meet her on another trip down there and do some kind of collaboration on the stream. I've liked where her IRL stuff is going. Her thumbnails are on point. Really interesting. But yeah, and thanks for knowing that I finally got to meet him. So many people are like, so did you snipe him yet? Or I'm like, did you hear anything I said? Was I lagging? Sometimes I worry that I'm lagging and nobody tells me. I'm actually in a super bad cell area, but I happen to be on Wi-Fi, so it's fine. The weird thing is, I basically sniped him at the Bellevue Walmart, one of two Bellevue Walmarts, but I had gone to the Puyallup one, I had gone to the Renton one. I drove so many hours to try to find them, and it was totally out of the way, and bad that I did that. Because I was like ridiculously tired by the time I found them, and I was like, okay, here's the story, if you're still there. When I first got to the Walmart and I saw the dog on the side, I'm like, oh my god, that's totally them, and they're parked, blocking 5 spots and stuff, so I was like, okay, they'd totally park like that, or whatever, and, so I go up, and I think I knock on the door. All the best, have to go back later, yeah. I knock on the door, and, nothing really, and then I take Skully, and she's got her little backpack on, and she's got the peanut butter in there, and I'm just gonna I was just gonna hook her to the door with a carabiner on the door, and Sam Pepper, and so I put her up to the window, because I know people are probably like looking out the window like, who is that, and if I had her up to the window, it'd be like a goofball thing. Like, I just thought of it the last second. I'm like, if I'm going up to the window like this, they're gonna be like, creeper, but if I put the dog up there, that's like a meme, dude. I grabbed her like this, and I put her up against the window, like that. And then Sam Pepper pops open the door above the cab where it's the bed, and he's like, oh, dude, there's gonna be hella Skully memes, dude. There's gonna be hella Skully memes. And I already found one on Discord. Or, I only found one on Reddit, but I'm a little worried to search Reddit too much for offensive stuff. But maybe since Sam Pepper's supposedly a mod of Reddit now, he might have deleted any kind of hurtful things. So, long story short, Sam Pepper opens up the window and is like, dude, we're trying to sleep, man. And I'm like, okay, man, I've just been driving all night. I've been driving so far. I went to all these Walmarts trying to find you guys, and just don't leave without saying goodbye. And it's kind of weird. And I'm just jacked up, and then I find this other stream sniper that's in his car, and I could tell he was watching me, and I'd gone up to the RV, and so I was about to just go walk into the Walmart and grab a couple things and come back, because it had just opened within an hour or two. So it was 7 o'clock by that time, and I had hit the Walmart down in Puyallup, which is really far from Seattle, and then I hit rush hour traffic and had over 2 hours of traffic just in Seattle after I was finally got the right address to find him. And then I had gotten there. Sam Pepper said, go away, we're sleeping. I was like, oh my god, I thought I could say anything. I should have had a bullhorn and some kind of outfit, and it would have woken everybody up. They would have been like, oh my god. So he says, go away. And I'm like, just buzzing. I'm like, yes, I found him. They said they're going to come out. And then I go into the Walmart. But as I'm going in, I meet another stream sniper. And he's like, hey, I'm the dude that was sending out the address in the chat. Like, and I was like, thank you so much. Like, I got that relayed back to me and finally figured it out. And my goal was just to snipe him, like, super early on when he got to Seattle. And I didn't really have much of a plan other than that, kind of a secret announcement that didn't really go out the way I wanted it to. It got confused, and I didn't know, like, I was, like, in the RV, but I wasn't on the RV stream, I don't think, at that point, because I was in the front seats. Okay, so long story short, Sandpepper says, go away, we're sleeping. I start to walk over to Walmart, and, I know, man, it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. It really was. And I lost my little list of things to say and do. I should have. I kept trying to think of your name, dude. I honestly, your name. I wanted to shout you out more than anybody else. I kept going like Captain. I was like, dang it, I don't remember the last part. Captain Falcon. If you tell me why you're Captain Falcon, maybe I'll know, because I don't even know, like, if that's, like, a Marvel thing or something, like, I don't even know comics that good. But, okay, let me continue on the story of, I'm going into the Walmart, I meet the other stream sniper, he says, oh, I want to get him some cough drops, they said they're sick, and he had actually been there to be super helpful and help them try to dump their RV sewage, because they didn't have an RV sewage fitting thing. And I don't think he brought one with him, so I don't know how he was, like, gonna help him, but that's, like, something they usually sell at every Walmart for, like, $10. Super Smash Brothers character. Oh, I didn't even know, okay. I am not familiar with, Super Smash Brothers that much, but... So he wanted to buy him some cough drops. He's like, let me go into the store with you, because at that point, I was streaming, and I had jumped into this guy's car, not knowing who he was, other than he was, a CX, ice fanatic, or, someone that it was worth it for them to go and find him. Yeah, no, I know. I'm familiar that it's a game, but honestly, like, haven't played. I know it's like a bunch of mini player games and stuff. I guess maybe I know more than I'm leading myself on to be, but I've not played. I've probably not played it since the first version on, like, DS or I don't know, remember what it was on. But let me I thought that was weird. There's coyotes around here, I'm kind of worried. Yeah, maybe N64. Yeah, 4 players. N64, not the DS. I never had a DS or played a DS. Well, I've honestly never played a Wii, I don't think. And if I have, I only played it once. But those seem really fun. So I go into Walmart, I'm reading my chat, and they're saying, police is at the RV. Police is at the RV. They're leaving. And I'm like... And then chat's like, this is what you get for taking so long to find them. This is what you get. And I'm like, they're leaving. This is so... And they're like, people are like, RV's moving. And I'm like, no, I haven't checked out yet. I'm getting the soy milk for Scuffed Steve Jobs. Oh my god. And I was like trying to buy some like breakfast food. I bought bananas. And I didn't mean to give indirectly Brandon Hampton potassium eye, but supposedly that was the banana that I got. I brought them. There's only one. I had a bunch of bananas, and I said, who wants some? And Sam Pepper was very skeptical of any food that I had. When I brought the soy milk, I was like, just so flustered that I was like, I had it in my ice box or something, and so I think they probably just threw it right away. But I honestly just bought it like minutes before in the Walmart. Okay, so RV's moving. Security told them to leave because they were parked over like 4 parking spots like this. and because, like, you can camp at Walmart, you can have RVs and stuff there, but they didn't, they ended up being at the Bellevue Walmart, and I was an idiot for not going there first. I was not watching the stream, I was only relying on chat and myself, guessing on them saying that they were, I thought they were south of Seattle. Because, like, I knew they, like, everybody in the chat would be like, oh, they're passing the Space Needle, they're in Seattle, and they were, they never passed to Seattle, because when you go to Seattle, like, Seattle's over here, and then there's I-5 here, and then 405 goes around Seattle, and so Bellevue's over here. And then there's a place called Mercer Island right here, and there's a bridge that goes straight into downtown Seattle. So when I saw the Bellevue right there and then Seattle right here, I'm like, oh, they thought, when they said he was south, he was really east, and he had gone around seeing the Space Needle and stuff. So I was basing everything on chat telling me if they saw that they passed the Space Needle or not, to know, to have some idea. So I went further south to Renton, and that wasn't that far. But then I went to Puyallup, that was like 30 more miles, but the GPS said it was like 35, 38 minutes or something, and I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Yeah, dude, yeah, it was awesome. I'm explaining the whole snipe situation right now and how many Walmarts I went to. So I went from Renton Walmart, and then chat was saying, go to Bellevue after that. But I was like, if they're at the Puyallup one, nobody's gonna know they're there. I'm gonna be the only one there. It's still like middle of the night. I'm gonna make it in time before they leave in the morning. And I get there, and there's there's like a Home Depot next to it, and I had these conspiracy theories that I was paranoid that he was pulling, like, that they didn't want to be sniped, and so that maybe they were saying they were at Walmart when they were really at a Home Depot, like they did when they were on Burger's Vantion stream with Bjorn. And so I went all the way down to Puyallup. You know, Seattle Space Needle's like over here, the water's over here, Mercer Island, Bellevue's over here where they actually were, Renton's like down here, Puyallup was like Tacoma, I don't know, it was super far down. And I made it there at like probably like 4 a.m. or something, and so it was like about 5:30, 5:40, the sun comes up, and I could see traffic picking up. And to get back up to here, it was like another 2 hours. And so it was like putting me at like 7 p.m. to get back to the Walmart where they actually were. And I was scared that they were going to wake up and leave. But then I was like, you know, they're on Cali time. They're probably up till 3 or 4 in the morning. The Washington air here is very cool and fresh and nice compared to... I'm going down the rabbit hole of conspiracies. But I'm like, okay, you know, they're from California. It's good, you know, they wake up when the sun, you know, like right now, the sun, you know, the sun comes out and it's hard to sleep. You know, it's hard to sleep in the sun like this. So I'm like, okay, they're going to sleep in. I'll have till 9 or something or 10, and I'm glad I went early because they ended up getting asked to move, and I might have not seen where they moved onto the side road. But after I had gotten there, after they moved the RV, people started to kind of wake up. Mexican Andy woke up. Brandon Hampton woke up. Sam Pepper was, you know, I think the one moving the van. But Ice was fast asleep and stayed fast asleep until after I had left. But I sent Skully in, and Skully walked all over him and met everybody in the RV, and everybody was stoked. And the TTS was going off early in the morning. Get that dog out of here! Get that dog out of here! And Sam Pepper was really like, get the dog out of here, dude. Like, he wasn't playing. Like, didn't want the dog. But they were being friendly, and it was good. But everybody seemed to love Skully, aka Scuffed Wishbone, more than I possibly could have imagined. And at that point, some people are coming home. I'm gonna have to end this probably pretty quick. But at that point, Sam was like, "You want to hang out with or I was like, it'd be cool to hang out with Brandon Hampton earlier on." And Sam was like, "Get in here, like get into the van." And so I got into the RV, and I was in the passenger seat, and I had shoot, some people are showing up here, so I better move some stuff around. But hung out with Brandon Hampton. I'll try to make a highlight video of that or something if I don't know how the camera angles work, because the RV stream, like, it was like all in the back, and so I felt like when I was in the front seats, they didn't have anything set up right then other than like the audio. And so because they didn't have anything in the front capturing anything, Sandpepper was live, and he kind of kept coming back and forth, like interviewing me and asking me a couple questions. And just a sec, I gotta say hi to these guys. Hey there, how are you? You made it home. Yeah, good. Oh, I am too. I spent the last 4 days there. Oh, did you? Yeah, I was Oh, Skully. So I'm gonna help them get some stuff up and put stuff away. But the end of the story was hung out with Brandon Hampton. I asked Mexican Andy why he wanted to fight me, because 2 Chainz says he wants to fight me. I figured he knew who 2 Chainz was. And he said, "Oh, I don't know," or I don't think he knew him that well. And then I gave Scuffed Steve Jobs the soy milk, but he was asleep. And then my troll, and then they're like, "Okay, go hang out in your car or something." And I was like, "Well, just don't leave without telling me, saying goodbye, or like I want to hang out with you guys or something." And then my chat said, "Go back and give Scuffed Steve Jobs the soy milk, or tell him why. Go tell Sandpepper why you gave him the soy milk. They want to know." He said to come back. And I went back, and Sandpepper was kind of like doing something back and forth. And so at that point, it was like the straw broke the camel's back of me being the annoying guy that came up to the RV too many times. And then someone parked right behind me, and so I couldn't really see the RV or right in front of me, and I couldn't see the RV very good from my car. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm watching the RV stream, and Sandpepper's like getting in the driver's seat and like starting stuff up, and I'm like, "Oh God, they're leaving without me. They're not saying anything." It's the worst. And then I spent a lot of the day trying to find him longboarding all around Seattle, up and down Capitol Hill. And I actually was at the park where Ice was. And I'm like, "He's not here." And so I'm like, "I got to go to the other big park in Capitol Hill." And I went there to volunteer park. And that park was huge. There's no way you could even find him. But I searched every single inch of that. And I exhausted myself to no end driving. I exhausted myself longboarding. And then I had to longboard all the way back to the water and get my car and try to be more realistic about understanding I don't know my way around Seattle that well, and I was like asking every single person I saw, like, am I going the right direction? Am I going the right direction? And so everything seemed totally backwards. I'm about to turn the stream off. Nobody, Andy, what's up? I appreciate you. I can't see what you said, or the emoji. It's so bright right now. But so I spent a lot of time trying to go up and down Broadway. Nobody, Andy, actually was a huge help getting me the address, but I was just really confused as far as Broadway being east, west, north, and almost thought that I was on like West Broadway, and it was on East Broadway, and I was like at 1400 Broadway when he was at 400 Broadway, and I just like, I couldn't make it happen, and that probably happened for a reason, but it really would have been awesome if I was at the stream after he tweeted, I'm going to be in Capitol Hill and shit, because he didn't say anything other than, I'm in Capitol Hill and shit. Like, and for some reason I thought park. He's going to be at the park. And that was really difficult to get up that hill from the Science Center area. It was stressful. I had Skully in my backpack, really heavy load. It was really difficult. But I think it kind of happened for a reason. If I was on the stream on Broadway or something, I think it would have been a quick interaction of, oh, hey, nice to meet you, and later. And then I was like, oh, shit, back to being on a longboard in the middle of Seattle, having no idea where where I am, kind of. And, like, I didn't realize that anybody could have gone to the RV at that point. And when he was at Capitol Hill area, the RV was at Gasworks. And there was, like, tons of stream snipers over at Gasworks there. And I was like, I didn't really get what was going on. Like, if they even met him or anything like that. And that was kind of weird. So I was like, I don't really want to go over to the RV. Like, everybody's just smoking over there, and it doesn't seem like there's really anybody even part of the RV there. It's really odd. And then I got there, and Billy the Fridge was there, and a few people were there at that point. Yeah, Brandon Hampton was back there, and so Brandon Hampton recognized me. I think he was a little... At the point that I got there, people wanted their own privacy and kind of their own space, because everybody had already kind of stormed in there, and all those stream snipers were like hanging out in there by themselves, and it was just kind of weird. So I was like, whatever. I'm going to do the same thing I said in the morning. I'm going to go, I'm going to be real with these guys. I'm going to say exactly what I would say to anybody else. I'm going to say, hey, I'm tired AF, and I need to go make something to eat. I'm going to go over to my car. I parked a little bit further away, not be like right up in their face. I started making the same thing I just made just now. I made cream of chicken soup off the back of my car, and Danquan came over and had a skateboard and wanted to skate and was talking about skateboarding a bit with me, and another stream sniper that was there, and at that point I was like, yes, the natural occurrence of me these beautiful cedar trees here. The natural occurrence of people coming up to me and being like, okay, we know who you are, and having the dog was I think the best part of that, because she kind of took the edge off of things. I need to help these guys get stuff out of their car. Yeah, I still need to clean my car. I just stuffed a bunch of stuff in my car for the trip down to Seattle, and I still haven't taken it out. And there was stuff on top of stuff that I didn't really clean my car out that great before I went. And, so if I think of anything else, I'll let you know. Otherwise, maybe I'll have to retitle this the full snipe story. How's the gas tank looking? Yeah, that was good. I have a pretty economical vehicle, and I filled up like 15, 20 bucks to get down there, and like I did all that driving down to Puyallup and then Renton and then back to Bellevue, and I only got gas one more time, so I spent like under 40 bucks. So people thinking that I went crazy on a bunch of expenses towards sniping him, honestly, buying a burrito and going to Dick's twice was probably more money than... Yeah, this guy is such a nobody. Yeah, dude, I know. I'm excited that I met Ice. I think it's and the fact that I met Danquan and hey, 2 Chains. 2 Chains. First thing I asked Mexican Andy is, "Who are you?" It's lagging out. I had an alarm going off. Yeah. Settle down. 2 Chains. I asked Mexican Andy why he wants me to fight him, and he doesn't know who you are. I figured he'd know you from Discord or something. I should have spelled it out, because the way you spelled it out, he probably would have recognized that from chat. But when you say 2 Chains, it doesn't sound the same. It sounds like the rapper. But anyway, I gotta go help some people with some stuff. If you guys think of any questions, ask me about what went down. It was a pretty incredible experience. I liken it to a concert, and that's kind of what I thought it was going to be like. You know, like after a concert, sometimes you get to hang out with the stars, and it's weird, awkward. It's weird, awkward experience, and yeah, I told him maybe 3 times you wanted, and you replied all 3 times. Okay, yeah, he probably didn't know what the fuck is going on. Oh yeah, I figured that's how fights start, right? Some third party wants 2 other people to fight, and they just go for it. Okay, hopefully I'm not in deep shit for taking so long here. I'll talk to you guys in a bit, and I will be live as much as possible. I'm going to be back to work full time tomorrow, and I will be rolling live. I will have my battery pack, and that can carry me through. That carried me through 4 days in Seattle. So it's it'll be no problem. You know, it's no problem for days at work and stuff if you're not familiar with how much I stream. Almost considering getting one more of these, because I mean, like, I go 4 days or something, and then yeah, man. I don't know. It's not about the size. I don't know. Size doesn't matter, buddy. I'll show you Scuffed Wishbone here. Scuffed Wishbone. Showing how to grower actually responds. Yeah, no, I appreciate streamers that actually respond. So, okay, I will talk to you guys soon. I'll be back. I'm probably going to retitle this stream maybe EDM Breakfast and Ice, a Snipe story or something like that. Okay, peace. I'll be back probably within an hour or 2, or sooner if I'm in trouble.